Hi. I sincerely can't believe I'm doing this again, but yeah, here we are, right? So, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're doing fine as well. So, yeah, I'm gonna be solving this intermediate machine from Offsec Proven Grounds practice, right? I think it's cost about $12 and $10 for a subscription or so. SPX is actually like an intermediate machine and rated hard by community, as you can see here, rated by community. So that's all about the machine, and I've actually played this machine before, so I understand how it's not that difficult though. It's just the triad mentality, and leaving no stone unturned, and I'm trying to enumerate every piece of information just to find that root user, or just to become the super admin on this particular system. So as usual, I've literally downloaded my VPN from here. As you can see, it's saying green, and that's because I've literally started up the VPN here. So I've also started up the machine, and this is the IP address. So it's quite a new machine. It was released October 10, 2024. So I'm just gonna open up a new tab here, right? And I like working with Teams actually. So I'm going to create a directory here called XPS literally, and I'm going to cd to that directory, and I'm going to spawn up Teams. Alright, sure. So I'm just going to make this a little bigger, right? So the machine is up literally, so you can actually go ahead and pinch it to actually see that the machine is up, right? So I'm going to hit Ctrl C here. And let's get into it literally. So the first thing I literally do is run an nmap scan, right? So nmap dash p dash, that's to actually scan out 65,535 port on this target, and I use a timing template of 4 whereas -sc script and version detection, pasting an IP address, and -on to actually write out the output. Man, this is a lifesaver, because if you got CIDR /24/16 or whatever, saving the output to a TXT file is going to save you a lot of stress, whereby you don't need to run this command over and over and over again. So it's going to enter there. One more tag -v. One thing about enumeration is that you need to be as fast as possible, right? You need to make sure you are as fast as possible. That's why literally penetration testing exams, even reward engagement, right, literally requires some particular time to actually be on that particular target. So it's very essential to enumerate faster and carefully as much as you can. So yeah, so what I'm passing down here is my methodology. I just want you to understand this idea of how I attempt to solve these boxes actually. So I've got port 80, I've got port 22. I'm not literally going to wait for this nmap scan to be done before I start doing my thing. So port 80, of course, I'm going to paste that IP address, and you can see we've got tiny file manager. I've got tiny file manager, h3k, blah blah blah, all of that. So I'm going to view page source, right, and check if I can actually find a password. Let me do something like Ctrl F, pass. We've just got variables here, right? Label for password, input type password. So that's nothing literally. Do we have a username or something? Okay, yeah, that's the variable also. So what we can do here now is try default password, right? But CCP programs is okay. Let me put that in a tab. So this is, I think this is their github.io website or something. Yeah, this is their website. So let's go to GitHub and see if we can check the source code and find credentials or whatever sort. So let me check docs. So I don't think docs, yeah, it's still gonna refer us back to GitHub. So let's just go to that GitHub page. So yeah, default username, default password, admin at 123. So let's try that out. Using admin at 123. I'm gonna hit sign in there, and yeah, login field invalid username or password. So it's not literally our fault. I mean, it's nobody's fault literally that our password did not work. You can clearly see that this is quite a good security practice to reset this, because whoever set up this blog or this website or this CMS literally changed the default password, right? So attackers trying to use default password like user 12345 or admin at 1234 or admin at 123, right? It's not gonna work. So that's a good security practice. So the next thing I do is to actually copy the name and try to search for CVs or any known exploit out there. So I'm gonna just paste down search for an exploit. So we have a remote code command execution, but version 2.9 allows an authenticated remote attacker to execute. Okay, so we've got authenticated exploit here. Doesn't look, I mean, you probably still need to input a password, bro. So so we need to get our password first. That's the allows remote attackers with valid user account, you see, to upload valid tiny pass. Man, this is, let me check this one out. A patch advisor vulnerability in the file upload function. Do we see any credentials or sorts here? Let me do Control F. We're gonna do something like admin at, yeah, you see we still need password no matter what. So since this is a PHP, this is PHP, right? We can literally perform directory forcing. So force for any directories or whatever files on the server that we can clearly not discover by ourselves. So there search, this is my go-to literally. So if I don't find anything with this, I literally spawn up FFUF. So yeah, this literally is gonna take a while and all of that, but I think with my previous knowledge, right, with the box, okay, let me just allow it to do its thing literally. Yeah, so it's essential to like check out all that stuff, man. Get to understand the environment. We found a GitHub, then you could actually try to go, because the CMS is, I mean, this CMS or this login endpoint is probably built from this GitHub page. So getting to understand how it was built and getting to see the file hierarchy and the structure of how databases are managed and everything, is just it's gonna give you some it's gonna give you this perspective of where you should attack and where you're probably wasting your time. So you're not really wasting your time, but it's gonna give you this attacker mindset that, yeah, this is where I should literally check out for. So one thing I noticed is everything is built from tiny file manager.php. Just copy the time to your website. That's all. You can also change the file name from to something else. You know what I meant for. So I wouldn't say the developer is lazy literally, right? Just managing everything in one PHP file. I mean, that's configuration, just name it, man. Whatever, everything is just managed with one PHP file, and you can probably see here, this is how the hashes have been managed, right? This is how the hashes have been passed down, rather. 1 2 3 4 5, and it generate secure password hash. Look at this, generate secure password hash using this URL. So I think when I checked, it literally uses PHP pass or something like that. PHP pass, when I played the box previously, it uses PHP pass or something like that. So if I try to enter my password, like let's say admin at 1234, no, start 1234, yeah, 123 rather, and then 123, and I generate. So one thing I like about this function is that this hash is quite secure, but not secure, not that secure, because if this hash still exists in my word list, right, if this password still exists in my word list, it's still going to crack regardless. So one thing you can see is FDYE. If you generate again, it's not going to be FDY, it's going to change the algorithm, it's literally rotating, and it's still going to, if you crack this, it's still going to be admin at 123 literally. So yeah, this is not quite secure, man. This is, I would not say bad hashing algorithm, but it's pretty weak. I think it uses PHP 5 password hashing, PHP pass. That's what John calls it, literally. John calls it PHP pass. So yeah, so let's just go ahead back to our TR search output. You can see here that we've got a valid directory, or valid file literally, because you've got the PHP, not a directory. So I'm gonna copy this and paste this inside here, and just getting this is just a PHP file, a PHP information page, right? Yeah, so we've got information disclosure, and from here we can literally start. We actually have like a wide range of information now to enumerate this target. Now, one thing about machines is if you probably not getting something right, or you are not moving forward, it's better to just relax and maybe take a break or something, take a walk, or sleep. Just if you are sure, man, just do something. For me, I don't check walkthroughs in box 6, right? Before I check walkthroughs, I make sure who have spent days trying to find a solution to that particular problem. Or enumeration takes time, and especially if you're trying to learn something new, different boxes with different ideas or methodology or knowledge that the creator is trying to pass down to you. So it's what this is a lot of information to digest, most especially if you've been doing this like for long, man. If you're new to CTFs, it's gonna take a while for you to be able to master this art of craft. So it's something you need to do consistently. So yeah, we've got a cookie here, which is family. I think this should literally exist in my cookie value there. If I inspect this page and then I come over, I don't like this, I prefer this. Yeah, so if I come over to applications and I come over to cookies here, you're gonna see that literally, yeah, 7k. You see that I 96 high. So yeah, that's just, we also see that we have webmaster localhost. We also have the document web root, right? That's far www.html. Actually, we have php info.php, and what do we have? We have the PHP version. I don't think this should be vulnerable, not that. We have C type, we've got dates, DOM, SIF, FF5, value 4, fab, projects, readline. Okay, so I think these are just like applications that you see from this calendar down here. I'm not that sure though, but I think these are just like external, I'll not call them libraries, I'll call them applications, something like FTP. Now you see FTP is enabled on this particular server. So these are like maybe external applications that PHP literally work with to actually build this site. So if this CMS literally uses something like PHP, I've hunting CVs, trying to hunt CVs on different CMS platforms. I've literally seen CMS that literally, maybe you want to send a mail to somebody and it uses FTP literally. I've seen a lot of CMS with bad security configuration, using old protocols, using default passwords, man. So yeah, one thing I literally noticed this XPS, right? This literally caught up my attention. So the box is named SPX. We also have XPS here, and we've got XPS version, and we've got this table here. So I was literally very curious why we have this name here. So I started googling, right? I looked for SPS. Let me just close this. So I just did something like SPS, right? So it's like SPS. Press that in. So you can see I've seen a lot of CVs and patch traversal, and this was quite interesting because once you start seeing, I mean, just from Google, you know that yeah, this shit is literally vulnerable, and I can start to enumerate for that. So this vicarious blog literally talks about patch traversal. There's also this GitHub. I think these are my two top blogs that helped me, right? I've also got this vicarious other blog. These are two different blogs, literally. So let's just see how this let's mess with it up, right? Yeah. So we've got SPS PHP blah 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 allows SPS UI to read arbitrary files. So SPS PHP XPS choosing allows XPS UI directory traversal to read arbitrary files. So we could literally do a traversal, a directory traversal. When we see directory traversal, we're talking about doing something like this, right? So we're talking about doing something like to actually read a file that exists on that server. So if the file does not exist, you can't read it, man. So this is patch traversal. So yeah, that's for that. Let me just add GitHub here because I think there's two methods to exploit this, right? There's two methods to exploit this. So I'm gonna pull up a GitHub SPS GitHub exploits. There's a particular GitHub that helped me, right? A particular GitHub blog that helped me. Not this, I don't think. Okay, yeah, I think, let me see this. Okay, yeah, this is it, man. So from here we go to this other guy, good. So it's vicarious blog, that's the society is loaded up. So let's just wait for that to load up. So one thing I learned from this box is that if for automated exploits, whatever Python tool, Go, or whatever programming language you use, right? I mean, if you can read exploits in Python, then you probably can read exploits in other languages also. You don't literally need to know how to write those languages so far you can read code, right? That's why there are a lot of people who can actually, read code than people who write code. I don't know if that theory is true though, but I've literally seen more people who can read code than write code. So that's good practice in cybersecurity, learning to read code regardless of what programming language it is. So you can see times for reporting this issue. This was valid it was really valid, man. So you should usually if you use, I don't know who's watching this, but if you probably use XPS version, you should literally update as soon as possible. I literally found a GitHub. I think this is the GitHub to the XPS to the PHP XPS extension used by PHP. Well, there's a kind of expert. I think there's an expert that literally does this for us, and that's what I need. That's what I want to use literally. So you can see the patch traversal they did here. But this is not going to work for us, trust me, because it's not literally referring us back to that place we literally brought it to refer us back to. So it's not going to work literally. Let's see, can you see? It's not gonna work. still taking me back to the login screen here. So that's not going to work. So we're just going to put our mind of this. This is cheat up expert I saw that they used. Guys, this is cheat up expert they used. This is this one. So this one. Okay, let me check if it's this one. Cheat code, advanced distribution, covers for making stuff. Okay, this one they are trying to patch, right? Okay, this is patching part. We're trying to patch literally. So this is for the patching method, right? This is for the patching method literally. It's for the patching method. Yeah, I think this is it. So NoSQL. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. So this is the Go exploit, right? This is what I was talking about. This is what worked, right? Exploiting vulnerable targets, blah 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 blah, going on like this, blah blah. So yeah. So let me just copy this, right? I'm just gonna copy this exploit here. I'm gonna name it exploit.go. So I'm using this tab. I'm using this tab, right? So this is how to patch it literally. It's just saying you can literally fuck this cheat clone, you clone this, then run this as well. CD cheat checker release latest, PHP size, /configure make, and it just update it, and that's all. So I'm gonna open a new tab here, right? We're gonna come back to this also. So let's just see if that opens. So I'm gonna do something like nano exploit.go. I'm gonna place that Go exploit there, and then I'm gonna do something like go run exploit.go. Mind you, we don't need a password for this to work because it's just an extension, right? So let me see how do they run that. Go exploit -t http -f ss password. So -t, I'm just gonna copy this, right? -t -f /password. I'm gonna hit enter. So it's gonna try to run it, right? Okay, they specify -d, and I think -d is literally detection string. So like the starting string of whatever that file is, but I don't think it matters literally. I don't think it matters. So I'm gonna run this, and if the exploit don't work, I think it's gonna show you that the target isn't vulnerable. You can see, but this is a lie for us literally. You can see the target isn't vulnerable. Now this is where it's good to actually review the exploit file. So I'm gonna nano into that exploit.go again, and I'm gonna show you something, right? So if you check here literally, if you check the one URL variable here, still here, this is SPX key that was assigned here, and if you look into this, you see SPX key, and then there's a key called dev here. Now if you go back to the GitHub if you go back to the PHP info page, right, you're gonna see SPX HTTP key. Now it took me a while to actually realize this, right? Literally. So there's this SPX HTTP key, and then you can just go ahead and copy this key. They are the same, it's the same with the master value. So what I did is I replaced this key here, which is dev. I replaced this key here with what I got there, right? Just hit Ctrl X, Y, enter, and then I ran the exploit again, and luckily it worked. Yeah, you can see that. So I've got root, I've got demo, and I've got bin, I've got sync. Well, there's an home folder for the user profiler here, as you can see. Profiler, this is a folder for user profiler. So the next thing on my own list is to actually try to see if I can get the IDRC key for the user profiler. So I'm going to do something like home/profiler/id_rsa, and then you enter. The target is vulnerable, so you can see. So what this does is, if it does not find the file, right, if the file does not exist, you're going to see the target is vulnerable. Also, if you come right here to the manual exploitation, you can see there isn't a get request, and you paste this in like this, right? And now we're just gonna copy this /password. I'm gonna copy this and then I'm gonna paste it here also. Let's see if that's gonna work. That is going to work actually. So you can see that did not work. And yeah, I'm doing the right thing there. So you can see that did not work. But if I change this dev key now to something that literally exists, which is this key, and I paste that dev key there, you can see it's literally downloaded /password. So let me go SPX here, I'm going to save this here, download. I'm going to keep this. So I'm going to cut out download, and you see it's literally downloaded this. We can also download we can also download the PHP info file, which is, just come over here, and then I'm just going to change this to I'm going to change this to /var. No, I don't need this slash because it's actually URL encoded. /var HTML var www. I think it's www for HTML, and then you're just gonna add the percent sign 2f var www HTML, and you're gonna add the percent sign again 2f, and you're just gonna do php info.php. Enter. I think I made a mistake somewhere there. Yeah, PHP, not PGP. 12 var www HTML php info.php, right? Did I make any mistake there? I don't think so. But let me do something like /var www. Yeah, HTML. Yeah, that's true. So var www HTML php info, if I'm right, php info.php. Okay, I'm still using the dev key, can you imagine? So I need to change that key. That is what was causing it. So I'm going to hit enter here. As you can see, download one. So I'm going to replace it with the legitimate download file. Replace. I'm going to keep again, and this time it's 20 bytes. So if I cut out download again, you can, or just use head literally. Man, you're supposed to keep that, bro. Why did it download the same file? That's weird. Download, save, replace, keep. Yeah, so you can see that now it's showing PHP info. So now if you go back to the GitHub page of this guy, this is CCP programmers rather. If you go back to that GitHub the GitHub repository we saw earlier, which is GitHub here, and you try to click on, you see this tiny file manager. This is where we discovered the hash, right, which is admin 123. So another advice, right, when enumerating or when enumerating a particular target, it's literally essential you don't think one-sided. What do I mean by not thinking one-sided or towards just one direction? The reason is I spent quite a few amount of time trying to get the profiler IDRSA file, trying to look for other locations that might have IDRSA file, like etc something /SSH, something like that, trying to see the location. But at the end of the day, I just felt like going back to the GitHub profile and just taking up tiny file manager and PHP. So instead of PHP info or PHP, I just did tiny file manager and PHP. So I did tiny file manager.php, and I'm just going to replace this with the dev key, which is our key, and enter. You can see file not found here. Can you see that file was not found? So instead of that, I decided to do something like index of PHP, which was actually discovered the other time, right? So I just change this to index. That means index.php exists, but tiny file manager does not exist. Does not exist. So let's try to download index.php instead of tiny file manager.php. So I'm going to remove this guy from tiny, I'm going to name it index.php. I'm going to click enter, and that's going to download. I'm going to replace it, save, replace, and keep. 192 KB. So now if I do something like head, let's see whether we can actually get the password for that guy. That's cool. So I'm cutting out download literally, and let's just scroll up to where we have the hash or something like that. So where I'm chill. Sometimes wrong, like looks like the file is not copied or something. Okay, let me use gedit. Download right instead. Cool. So I don't know why. Maybe my terminal has this there's this how much text or how much lines you can display on your terminal settings, and this is a fresh this is like a new user. If I show you normal, you can 60 FPS of test. So this is the hash literally, right? This is the admin hash, this is the user hash. Now when I tried cracking this with my own system I'm currently using, I use a system with doesn't have a GPU, right? It has a CPU. And it's that's a single gram, and that's all I think. So when I tried cracking it, it's literally cracked, but it's taking a lot of time. So I reached out to a friend who has a system that has a GPU literally, and I cracked the password, right? So let me just open that up, right? I'm going to see this, so I'm going to do something like open one. So this is the image, right? It was cracked, profiler low profile. So I think the admin hash is the low profile and the user hash is the profiler. So now I'm just going to do something like admin, and then I'm going to do something like low profiler. The reason why I'm not going to log into the user account is because the user does not have any permission that literally is going to it's a profiler. Okay, admin low profile. So the user doesn't have any of these like delete, zip, blah blah blah, like that. So never. So I'm just gonna go over to rev shells now. So you've got profile. I'm gonna close this tab. I'm gonna go over to rev shells, right? revshells.com, and with this website literally you can it's literally makes sense easy. Like there's this packed reverse shells, different type of reverse shells. You can just copy, set whatever preferences you want to set, and you're good to go. Set your IP, set your port, and that. So I'm going to set my own IP to 45.201. Okay, so I'm going to place that there now. That's all. So that's also I'm going to change this to 4444, right? And I'm just to set PHP. Okay, I'm not even doing that yet, not yet, but let's select PHP CMD. I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to create the file named let me just say rev.php, nano rev.php, right? And I'm just going to click yes, and I think that's it, right? So I'm just going to come here and upload a new file, right? Upload, I'm going to upload and I'm going to browse and select rev.php. if I'm right. So yeah, I think that's it, right? We'll go back and I'm going to open web.php in a new tab. Yeah, so I'm going to open it so you can see web.php. So now if I do something like who am I, you can see www. So this is another vulnerability, allowing PHP files, executable literally, like PHTML, PHP5, or PHP5 or PHTML, and some other file extensions that are executable by your browser. So this is literally very, very dangerous. So now we can go ahead and get a version. So we just with sc-lvnp444, enter, and now is the time to actually make this work. I'm going to scroll up here, select ncmk54, I'm going to copy this right, and then I'm going to paste it here, enter. So yeah, I think we've got a reverse shell. So we've got a reverse shell, and that is literally cool. So I'm going to stabilize the shell, cd2/tmp, because I'm literally and I don't have much permissions, and everybody literally root, profiler, anybody has read, write, execute access to /tmp. So I just want to stabilize this shell, so I'm going to do script-qc/bin/bash. That's what I want to do. I just want to stabilize this shell, so I'm going to do I think SST is it SSY, yeah, raw-echo fg, yeah, and I'm going to do export them plus to extend -256 colon, enter, and now click and work and ls, yeah, and who am I, and that's working now. So I now have a stable shell. So one thing I noticed is, one thing I usually used to try out, and I learned this from playing a lot of Active Directory machines, is to actually password reuse. We say this almost every time, but humans are the weakest link, man. You could tell a human being, right, to use a password like, let's say, a secure password like password123#2005.com, and then they're literally using the same password everywhere. Why, man? That's supposed to be a password for one account. So if I did something like su profiler, right, and I do something like low profile, can you see that literally worked? And low profile was the password we cracked here for the user admin. So the admin password used in this logon endpoints actually worked for the user profiler on the system. Dangerous. So that means the user profiler was the one who probably created the CMS, that CMS, and then used this password as as the password for the logon endpoints. So now running sudo -l here, which is previous escalation. I'm just going to do low profile here again, and you can see we have user bin installed as CEO profiler, blah 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 blah, like that. So if I did like sudo something like this, sudo, yeah, so you're gonna see that this is actually running bin/sh. Now what I did is I went over to home profiler cd here, right, and then it was running bin/sh, but I don't know where it was running this command from. But I knew that there was something, it was doing something like make or something. It was in a make command or something. So running ls here, I saw this make file, right? I saw this make file, and I downloaded to the make file. I literally have write permission on that make file. So downloading to that make file, you're gonna see a lot of variables here, and I saw that there was a shell being called, which is /bin/sh. I changed this shell to /tmp. I did something like /tmp/sh, and I did something like Ctrl+X, Y, I saved it, and then I run the command I ran previously again, and this time it was giving me an error. So you can see, so it's actually giving me a particular error. You can see /tmp/sh, no such file directory. So this was our way to previous escalate, literally. So I just set it to /tmp, and I generated a ELF file, that is a reverse shell for Linux. So I'm just gonna do a little Google search on reverse ELF reverse shell for Linux. So I'm going to do MSF Venom like this. So let's just see 101 lamps or so. So I just wait for this to literally load up, and just to emphasize, right, I think the make file was the one controlling. You can see install modules error 127, so the one actually controlling all variables. Let me CD back to that home profiler. Let me do something like nano make file and show you what I'm talking about. So we have source directory, which is root slash phpxps. When you run this command previously, we saw this phpxps, we saw all of this. We have user being grep, probably it's trying to sort out the output for us using sed and grep. Also this set here. We have configure command, which is literally configuring everything. I don't know literally. I'm just saying to escalate, but this is literally configure something, right? So we have literally changed the path to our shell, right? I've literally changed the path. I don't know why I can't find the shell here again. Did it remove the variable or something? Ouch. Looks like it did something, but no problem. I might do one. There's no problem with that. Literally, so far it's still going to be reading from /cmp good. So it's game over. So let me use this, right? Let me say Venom. Say where to change this. Yeah, Linux x86. Yeah, so I'm gonna use x64 literally, and I'm gonna use this command right here. So I'm just gonna come to my own machine. I'm gonna paste this here, and I'm gonna change this to sh. I'm gonna change it to sh because that's the name of the stuff here. I'm gonna change this port to 1337. I'm gonna change LS to TUN0 if I'm correct, right? Just confirm that I have config TUN0. Yeah, I'm correct. So I'm going to change this to x64 because that's my system architecture. So I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to generate this ELF file. So ELF reverse shells are used for Linux. Linux understands ELF extension. That's pretty well. So I'm naming this to sh because that's why I specified in /tmp/sh. So I'm going to start up with Python server here, Python 3-m http://server 1337. Let me just use 1337 or just use port 80 if I'm allowed to do so. Yeah, I'm allowed. So I'm going to cd to /tmp, and then I'm going to do wget. I'm going to copy this IP address, and then I'm going to say /sh, right? Enter, and you can see 100. So I'm going to clear now, and I'm going to run that sudo command in appear on boot. Before I do that, I would literally start up my reverse shell on port 1337 as I specified. So if I click enter now, let's see what happens. Permission denied. So you can see I need to grant this 77 permission. So just go ahead and do chmod cmp, add a 777 here, 777, enter, and we are good to go. You can see connection received. So that if I do who am I, you can see wow, the shell broke. The shell broke. That's super weird. The shell is not meant to break though. The shell is breaking. The shell is breaking, man. x86. Let me use x86 instead. Let's use x86 instead, right? I'm gonna rm this /tmp/whatever. Yeah. So I'm gonna start up Python server again, and then I'm gonna do the wget. I'm gonna hit chmod again. Exactly. And now I just want to be sure that maybe using x86 architecture is actually not going to work for us. So let's see. Who am I? Shell SPX. That's super weird, and we need to get the right metapita shell reverse TCP. Now let's try this one. I love the smell of this one. So I'm going to change this also to this, right? I'm going to change this also, and click C -F to actually specify that I want it to be an ALF file. -O to be the output. That means write it to SH. So enter again. I think this should work literally. I was using, I think there's something we call I've forgotten, stageless, and I think stageless and something payloads in the stageless, it's called stageless something stageless stage 4, I can't remember, but stageless something like that. So I'm gonna go double get again, right? Double get sh, and it's gonna call it sh1. That's why I literally don't like. So I'm gonna double get this again. Yeah, it's gonna call it sh now. So I'm literally gonna run nc-lvmp here, and I'm gonna grant its permissions, and I'm going to execute this. So now this should work for sure, like for sure. Cool, this is what I wanted. So who am I? Root. So now we are finally root on this system, down from the enumeration parts to the nmap scan. And yeah, just back to this, can you see the nmap scan is done? And now I literally have an nmap.txt file here, and if I cut this out, I've got a short text, and the information that are not needed are literally not inside this file. That's one thing I like. It sort out the information for you. So yeah, I think that's it for it, right? I'm not sure when I might be uploading another video, but just try to do your thing, and I just hope this write-up or this walkthrough literally helped you solve this machine. Literally, I can't cut the flags, of course, because I'm not going to be doing that literally. I'm not going to be doing that literally. Okay, so let me do something like script -qc/bin/bash, just so I have a prompt, right? Yeah, I have a prompt, so clear. I'm not sure that will work, but yeah. So I can actually set it to /root now. ls proof.txt. You can go ahead and cut out proof.txt, but I'm not going to do that. You can set it to /home. You can set it to /home/profiler, right? You can ls, and you can see local.txt. I'm still not going to cut that out. You can go ahead and solve the machine and get whatever you want. So that's it for this machine. We are root to administrator. I would say number one vulnerability is PHP file information disclosure. There was everything. It literally gave us the hint that this is what we should be looking out for. Then cracking those passwords was still not a piece of cake literally, because I had a system that has a CPU, and cracking password requires GPU, right? Just for faster, just so your intrusive thoughts don't start haunting you that, bro, you are entering a rabbit hole. So I got to like reach out to a friend and like, oh, can you just crack this for me, bro? And in few minutes, it's not even up to a minute, right? Like this took a few seconds, and then it got cracked. So yeah, and again, I strongly advise these guys, right? Although they said it's prominent, right? They said it. I think I saw it in this video that you should actually change the default password. I think I saw something like that. Default warning: please set your own username and password in order before you use password encryption to generate new password. Yeah, so you can see. So it's always very essential you literally set your own username and password literally, and don't use a vulnerable version of SPX. So yeah, I think that's all for today. Have a good day. do you do what you love, keep grinding, lock in. So yeah, man, thank you for watching, really appreciate it.